The deep ocean is a world of extremes, cold, dark, and crushingly pressurized. But it's also teeming with life forms so strange they look like science fiction. Among the thousands of bizarre creatures that inhabit the abyss, some stand out not just for their appearance, but for the way they've adapted to survive in one of the most hostile environments on Earth. Take the colossal squid, for example. Rarely seen alive, it's larger than any other known invertebrate, with eyes the size of basketballs, the largest in the animal kingdom. These enormous eyes help it detect faint glimmers of light in the pitch-black waters it calls home. Its body is armed with swiveling hooks on its tentacles, which suggests it's not just enormous, but also a highly specialized predator. Most of what we know about the colossal squid comes from carcasses pulled up by fishermen or found in the stomachs of sperm whales, its only known natural predator. Its elusive nature only adds to its mystique. Then there's the barreleye fish, a creature that looks more like an alien than a fish. Its most notable feature is its transparent, fluid-filled head, through which you can actually see its barrel-shaped eyes rotating inside. These eyes point upward to scan for the silhouettes of prey against the dim light filtering down from above, but they can also swivel forward when it's time to eat. This visual system is a precise instrument evolved for life in the twilight zone of the ocean, where light is scarce and danger lurks in every direction. The gulper eel is another standout. With a body that can stretch over 6 feet and a massive, pouch-like jaw, this eel can consume prey half its size or larger. What it lacks in teeth and muscle, it makes up for with its ability to open its mouth like a net, scooping in anything unfortunate enough to drift by. It also has a light-producing organ at the end of its tail, which it uses like a lure to draw prey close in the darkness. The gulper eel is built to make the most of any opportunity in an environment where food is unpredictable and scarce. The vampire squid is, well, a master of survival. It's not a predator in the traditional sense, despite its fearsome name and, that cloak-like webbing that connects its arms. It lives in oxygen-minimum zones, where very few animals can survive. Instead of hunting, it feeds on marine snow, those tiny particles of dead plankton, feces and detritus falling from above. When threatened, it doesn't squirt ink, but a cloud of bioluminescent mucus, disorienting predators just long enough for it to escape. It's a minimalist in every sense, perfectly adapted to low-energy living in the deep. The giant isopod looks a bit like a massive underwater pill bug, and honestly, behaves like one too. Found scuttling along the seafloor, it feeds mostly on dead animals that fall from the upper ocean. These scavengers can go years without eating, slowing their metabolism to near stasis when food is unavailable. But when a whale carcass lands nearby, they'll gorge themselves in a feeding frenzy that can last for hours. Their armored exoskeletons and alien appearance make them one of the more unsettling but, effective residents of the deep. Another eerie inhabitant is the anglerfish, especially the females, which carry their own bioluminescent lure dangling from their foreheads. They live in near-total darkness, so their lure mimics the flickering patterns of smaller prey to attract victims straight into their gaping mouths. What's even stranger is their mating strategy. Males are tiny in comparison and exist primarily to find a female and fuse with her body, becoming a permanent sperm donor. It's a grotesque but frankly effective way to ensure reproduction in a place where encounters with others of the same species are rare. The frilled shark is a living fossil with roots stretching back 80 million years. It has a long, eel-like body and rows of backward-facing needle-sharp teeth. It swims with a serpentine motion and ambushes prey with a lightning-fast strike. Its prehistoric features have barely changed over the millennia, a sign that evolution found a working design early on and, stuck with it. While rare, it occasionally shows up in deep-sea trawls or washed ashore, still terrifying in its primitive simplicity. One of the most bizarre creatures is the Dumbo octopus. It gets its name from the ear-like fins on its head, which it uses to fly gracefully through the water. Found at depths of 13,000 feet or more, it's one of the deepest living octopuses known. Unlike its more aggressive cousins, the Dumbo is a passive hunter, hovering above the seabed and pouncing on small crustaceans and worms. Its delicate movement and soft body make it one of the most unique and oddly charming residents of the deep. The Yeti crab is a relatively recent discovery and quickly became a symbol of how little we know about the deep. Covered in silky hair-like filaments that resemble fur, it lives near hydrothermal vents and may use its hairy claws to farm bacteria for food. These crabs don't rely on sunlight at all, just the chemical-rich superheated water pouring out of the Earth's crust. It's a striking example of life not just surviving but thriving in places once thought inhospitable. Rounding out the list is the siphonophore, a colonial organism made up of specialized units that work together as one. Some species can stretch over 100 feet, longer than a blue whale. While it looks like a single creature, each segment of the siphonophore serves a different purpose. Some help with movement, others with digestion, and others with reproduction. They drift silently through the dark, trailing long tentacles that paralyze anything they touch. It's not just one of the longest creatures in the world, it's also one of the strangest. Each of these creatures proves that life in the deep ocean doesn't just endure, it innovates. In the absence of light, warmth, and stability, evolution has crafted a suite of organisms that seem like they belong to another planet. But they're very real, lurking far below the surface, thriving in the shadows of the Earth's final frontier.